G'day subscribers and welcome to FJ Holden Jive Talking. You're with Jules Knight and it's Christmas night on 2019, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was with the Accelerator magazine. The Christmas versions are always really good. They've got lots of stuff in there because they're trying to promote from General Motors to the dealers to get all the accessories and parts out so that they can sell them, so that the family or dad can buy a present for the car or glam it up a little bit and things like that. And it's really interesting for the things that you'll find in them. In this particular one, I actually found something that we talked about recently, and I've got a better example to tell you about. This was the battery filler. Now, if you're at a swap meet and you come across one of these, now this one's farm fresh, and I've kept it that way so you can see exactly what it is. But you can see what it looks like. So it's just got the red writing on it. It's the real deal. And it's got the lines on the bottom. So that's the Lucas battery filler. It's listed in the Holden documents, and it's a real item. So given I came across a better one than what I had previously shown our subscribers, I just wanted to show you what all the printing looks like, so that when you come across things at a swap meet, or you're in a knick-knack store or a antique shop or things like that, and you come across something and you think, oh, I know exactly what that is now. Well, that's what it looks like. So that's the purpose of that exercise. So I'll just put that aside for the moment. Look, what I also wanted to talk about was I've been doing a little bit of research lately on the reflectors that I need to use. Now, I didn't realise there was so many, or so many types of applications, and I'll give you an example about what I'm talking about. Now, this was the type. Now, this one's a bit grubby, but it is what it is. Now, that's what I had on my ute when I first bought it, and it is correct because it's got Y-Brock on it. And as soon as I say that, people are going, oh, well, hang on a minute, they should have ones with General Motors Holden in the middle of it, and we'll get to that in a moment. When I got my ute, they're the ones that were on it. Now, I've gone to the accelerator, and it talks about, so this accelerator one is March 55. Now, in similar vein to the one I was just talking about, it tells you, okay, so there's a whole list of reflectors that you can get for your car. There's the one that I just mentioned with the General Motors in it, GMH. There's the deluxe version with a little bracket, and this is the one here, the standard. You see this a lot on the FJ Holden Army utes. Now, I don't know about FX. I can only talk about FJ. Now, that's what is specified when the Army put in their purchase order to have a ute built. So that's what was used. Obviously, they wanted cheap and nasty, and like anything with the Army utes, they try and make them as economically as possible, and that also includes the bumperettes. So that's the one for the Army ute. Now, you could have these button reflectors. Now, it's got Y-Brock stamped, well, not stamped in, cast in it, because it's obviously acrylic and it's got Y-Brock in it, so that's fine. I've just given it a little wash before to make it a bit more presentable than what it was. Now, as far as the General Motors ones are concerned, or the GMH, you can see here, this one is for a panel van or a ute. So this could be 48, 50, sedan and ute, all FJ sedans, all FX, all FJ utes and panel vans, all business sedans. That's fine. This one would be for utes and sedans because of the curve. See the curve that's on there? Now, that's the curvature part of it, so that would actually be sideways on the panel where it starts going around. So you've got the tailgate, and then you've got the little reflector next to it. So that curve would reflect the starting curve in the bodywork. So, you know, this is what that reflector looks like, and I'll try and get it right so that you can see the little GMH. I'm trying to get that in the center with that light. You can just sort of pick it up maybe. It's a little hard. But anyway, it's definitely there. So in this case, and I'll also show you, this is what it looked like in the ad. So you got the ad, so you can see the curvature. So you had the reflector, the actual base that it sits in, and then there was a little rubber gasket as well. I don't have a rubber gasket to show you, so I apologise for that. I'll actually make one of my own, but that would sit in the body. Now, as demonstrated on the one next to it, this one here, you can see it really doesn't have that chamfered curve on it. Well, and it's called a deluxe. So that's the Holden Vauxhall. And it says specifically designed by GMH styling engineers for Holden and Vauxhall East sedans and utilities. So that'll pick up the curvature of the sedan. Lens produced from dies imported from Guide Lamp Division of General Motors Corporation. Highly polished chrome bezel, tailored to fit body contour. Well, that it does. Now, the other one, which doesn't have a chamfer, which is this one, you can see that it doesn't have any curves at all, and the same reflector goes through it, and it says automatic choice of discriminating owners, designed with special brackets to allow fitting on gravel deflector. So that would be on the back stone guard behind the bumper bar. Can be fitted flush to the body. High quality reflex lens, reflector set in richly chromed die-cast bezel, and it's got the number there, M30972, and the other one's M31001. Now, to give you an idea, this is what that looked like. So then, you know, the overriders at the back of the car, and then you could actually, excuse me, bolt that to the bottom of the stone tray. They also talk about it being universal, so that, you know, you could use it for a trailer or for a truck or whatever means that you needed. But it's interesting that, you know, it is all centering on here. Now, with these little GMH reflectors, I'll give you an idea. Now, I've talked about the buttons, that's fine, but there's also another use with the accessories. Now, with the special, you can see this one's had the reflectors there, but they had a tail lamp package, and I've seen a few of these on the trading websites, and also some friends of mine have got them on the cars. You'll see one in Basil's two-tone green FJ. You'll actually notice that, and he's used it for indicators, but that was where they could put these little reflectors in that body, and you can see that's one application, and you had the same but with a fin there as well. So and in that instance they wouldn't have the reflectors that you wouldn't have two lots of reflectors. So these aren't cheap anymore. I think in the 80s I bought a pair in a packet, and the packet consisted of the bracket, the reflector, the body, the grommet that it sits on, and also instructions. And it in there as well, it came with a template that you could actually put the template up to the corner of your tailgate, and it would tell you exactly where to mark the hole. So it was very, very clever as far as where to put everything, and I really liked that. So from that perspective, that gives you a few different reflectors for the FJ Army Ute, the Universal, the Deluxe, the button reflectors, and a few other bits and pieces. You wouldn't think there is so much to talk about with the reflectors. You know, here's another bit here for the tail lamp, the dual tail lamps on them. So, you know, there is plenty on it. But as far as reflectors go, if if you see these and they've got the little GMH in there, and the GMH is the same as what is on the FJ Holden hubcap, the lines rolling the stone. And so if you're able to get a hold of just these, that's worth it. If you can get the package or with the body, even better. Or if you can get it like that and with the grommet, that's terrific. And if you can get the instructions as well, better still. But anyway, that just gives people a little bit of a chat on Christmas night about the reflectors that you could have for an FJ. So there wasn't just one type. You could have a few different ones available. So I hope that sort of helps people as they find things. Do I use the little Wybrock one, or do I have to look out for the FJ version with the GMH stamped in it, or whatever is the case? Well, the answer to that is no. But like everything in our movement, it's important that you use what you've got and have a go and put it on. Things don't have to be perfectly right, because let's face it, it's not a concours d'elegance. All we ever want you to do is enjoy your cars. So folks, I hope you've enjoyed the FJ Holden Jive talking from the NASCO Bay Speed Shop. So Merry Christmas, and I hope you've enjoyed our little chat on reflectors. See you folks.